Hey! Yeah, I had this blank. My bad. Probably a terrible start. But, you know. You know how it is. Then I need to get my clips. Clip master sheet. So I haven't done anything for the clips for a little bit. So what? Dude, this person actually uploaded that? That's funny. I wanted to watch. What do I want to watch? Oh.
Tank support's coming back and maybe getting a little bit more CC out of the bot lane. But that's another story for another time, Rooted, as we're here into picks and bans. We're flying through them already. IP has opted in the first pick as real for us.
Yeah, and looking at just quickly the bans that we've got, Jarvan, Rumble, and Akali taken away from WE. Now, Karis has been victorious with the rank.
Watch some of this.
Okay, about what are you going to take? Which type of carry are you looking for?
So,
down the bot side's looking at really powerful bot lane duo.
Karma, Ori. Karma one. No. Ezreal one pick. Wait, they what? They Ezreal one pick over Karma, and they take Karma away with an Ori, which then means they can go Caitlyn. Yeah, I mean it's. Oh, Sivir. What? Sivir. The only problem with Sivir is that when you pick Sivir, Ezreal, like, what Sivir is bad at is she's bad at champions that can outcompete her in dueling in the beginning of the game. And Ezreal is like a very good duelist. So hopefully the Karma is like kind of like what fixes it all, but he's probably just gonna roll out the Nico with this lane, seeing as how they banned Alistar. God knows why we banned Alistar. They take Seraphine. Wow, we go Ezreal Seraphine. I mean, I guess it's a little. I guess it's better for the comp in a way, because when Vi goes in, you have the Serar. Who am I watching this for? Maryville University. That's the NACL team I work for. So I pull clips that I think are interesting or worth sharing. Also, it kind of helps me just figure out what I want to do, like in terms of telling them based on what I've seen during practice. So it has that benefit as well. Because of course, if I just watch none of this, I mean, I'm probably not the most useful. I mean, I have a decade of experience to lean on to at least make some inferences, but like I don't want to have cases of saying something's like completely wrong and then just be like, oh, or something that I think is right, but then it's like, oh, they've just been doing this kind of play the entire time. Oh, why this series in particular? Oh, I don't know. Sorry, I wasn't sure what you meant by that. I think it's mostly that I've watched a lot of LCK lately. I specifically do it just because LCK is typically cleaner, like simpler to follow compared to LPL that has like a lot of weird situations occurring. But for NIP, I don't know much about NIP. Like I watched one game of theirs and I thought Care actually had a pretty good game, and I was like, oh shit, this guy's actually like kind of like a prospect. And then I was also told, like, hey, you should watch NIP. Like, they're not, like, half bad at team. So I'm like, oh, okay. So, like, this is kind of like what I'm doing. Like, I just want to see how they are. Because I could just watch, like, only the best teams, but I don't really like doing that so much. Like, there was a year where I was doing, I was head of scouting for FlyQuest, and I only looked at Tier 2 games. And despite Tier 2 being lower level than Tier 1, I learned a lot. because in tier 2, they are very willing to try new picks and comps and ideas. So for me, it's not necessarily bad to watch teams that are not necessarily good. It's just, you know, most people wouldn't do it. But for me, I actually don't necessarily mind it. Also, technically, from a scouting perspective, like a recruitment process, you would almost never be able to get what is it? You would very rarely be able to pick up high tier players from like good LCK LPL teams. And almost no one ever picks up anything from LPL in general. So like atypically from a scouting perspective, you really wouldn't watch too much LPL, but if let's say you're looking at like the bottom level LCK teams, you can pick those guys up. Like they will be open as an option, and so you actually have an idea of like who they are, how good are they. Hence we see Brian, we see like TL kind of doing that a little bit. Charvel was picking Camille jungle earlier this split too. What? Camille jungle? That doesn't work, right? I mean, okay, I know you can jungle with anything. I know that's real because of like the riot change with like how much damage you take from the camps. But like that's like, you have to get Tiamat. No, like you have to get 1200 gold just to even make it remotely work. But your first base is always like 800, 850. So how? It was okay. I mean, that pretty much makes sense. Oh my god, Camille jungle. That's too much cooking. That is too much cooking.
I think they've clocked on here, and I think that Monkey may be biting off a bit more than he can.
This looks so bad. How did they end up in this situation? Also, because he cheesed, I'll probably just record it. It's a very... This is not an atypical cheese.
Get these move nonetheless is damage, but honestly, they're just monkey or if he's gonna head toward monkey style.
That is not atypical. But it's always good for the jungle to know. Cheese. Excuse me a second. I gotta write in my stuff for my clips. I have to do the date. I do the matchup. I say if it's good or not. Okay, now we can kind of go forward from there.
So even though we don't see Duan currently, he's been spotted on a try. Look at the vision entering Duan's jungle.
Yeah, their supports. It's kind of obnoxious because the support's doing a good job of sort of defending and moving for the plays. So Zin has like a fat lead. I mean, he hasn't based yet, so he'll finish the 2 camps, base, get a big buy, and then he kind of decide what he wants to do. Technically, if he timed this, maybe a little better, because he could skip the Krugs. Dude, he does not extend this, does he? Oh my god. Oh my god, we are not serious. We are not serious. No wonder why this is so ass. Why is he doing the drag? With no buy. Like, the positioning is terrible, obviously, right? Like, he's just raw dogging the drag. And they're just walking in, so now they have a pinch from all these angles, but he has no buy. Do they win it still? Surely not. And the dragon's doing a bunch of damage to the Azir.
Flashing forward, but getting rooted up himself, and now he's gonna have to try to turn it around. The Seraphine, the
dragon was just pumping. Oh my god, and they lost it. Okay, but seriously, Monkey, Monkey, however you say his name. Why? Why did they do that? Why would you do the drag without buying? You have 40 CS. He probably has over 1k, easily over 1k gold. Just base, ward the drag. If they start the drag for whatever reason, which is an int, you're good. But now suddenly you're 0-1, and Azir's 101 with doubles. Yeah, okay. Really smart play, man. Huh. It's kind of weird. I mean, the upside of this situation, though, is that I guess the Sivir did not have issues getting out of the initial laning phase, so she's gonna be like big chilling. And they're playing for the crab, but they're not going through mid. Because the Ori has no flash, so she can always be a play. So she has to always sack, which makes this crab pretty impossible to ever contest. So he's already based and going upwards to go for the grubs, which is a good call. I don't know if there's a world where they can dive bot, but no sums on Sivir, or sums, full sums on Sivir. And they're even missing some sums on their own duo. And they know she's gonna base. And he has the base, so yeah, there's literally no play. So the grubs move is good. As long as he doesn't die doing it. Oh, come on, don't die while doing it. Come on, why? What do you think of Seraphine in non-combo lanes? She's interesting. I mean, the thing is, like, Karma's nerfs were what? Okay, I can't write. So the Karma nerfs were her AD and then her E shielding. And then we have Nami nerfs, which were her W heal. Oh no, it was her W bounce. Her W bounce effectiveness. I don't remember if Lulu got nerfed. I think she did at some point. Who else is a mainstay? Nico is untouched. Bard is pretty much untouched as well. I don't think they really did much with these two. She's not bad. I mean, it's like, yes, Ashe Seraphine is the primo like combo. Obviously, the other one is like MF, right? Because of her E. To like latch on. So like those are the two most notable ones. Ezreal Seraphine. It's not like it's a crazy combo, but one of the upsides is that, you know, because she has like, they both have range. Especially for like how, you know, the beginning of the lane looks, where it's like this, and then there's like an open section, and then like you have like the brush, so everyone has to filter in this way. You know, Milio coming up now, yeah, but that's like, I've only seen Milio with Lucian, because that lane is just incredibly oppressive. I would have to check, because like I really haven't, like, the main times I watch League is in the morning. Like when I do this. So I figured I might as well live stream like while doing it, right? But like, so like with these kinds of lanes, like, you know, EZ can stand here and Sarah can stand here, and like because they have both good range abilities, you can like pounce on them from both angles. She does really good damage. There's no like true combo, but it's a good poke lane. And I think again, it's really more so for like the Vi, who can go in and you can amplify her engage with your R. And into Karma, it's fine. I mean, like, you're both like trading normal spells. The only difference is that her E shield cooldown is faster than your W, so the lane's like not nearly as strong. It's like the Nico can definitely put more pressure probably compared to the Seraphine, but it's like fine. And then sometimes you'll see like Sivir, Seraphine. It's also kind of fine, but it's not a blind. Like, I think doing Sarah blind without Ashe is probably a little... I'm not really sure about this one. Because you can run into certain lanes, like the not lanes, that if your AD is not, like, Ashe, because, like, if he goes in, he gets kited to hell. And the Ashe will just space you and win the game like that. Other ADs can't do that. And due to that, like, that can create some really bad moments. So I don't know how often that's going to be the case. I do like taking Seraphine away when they pick Ashe. I think that's good. I think taking Ashe away from if they one pick Seraphine, not like I'm not like super on board on that because people do like the Ashe Lulu, right? Like they'll do like Ashe Lulu as like and then they'll have like Sarah, I don't know, probably Sarah Easy, something like that. I don't really know if I like this so much. Because, like, I'm Ashe Lulu. Like, don't get me wrong, Ashe can still pump, but this lane is not nearly as good. And so... And to be honest, even though Ashe Seraphine is a good lane, is it OP? Like, Ashe, Sarah... Is this OP? I think no. I don't think it's OP. I think it's just a really good bot lane. But there's a lot of good bot lanes out there. Like, I mean, there's Kate Bard. There's Lucian, Milio. There is... Technically, you could do Kate Nico into this. Technically. There's Ezreal, Nico... There is... It's not like a super good lane, to be honest, but there is MF Not. And also, Ezreal's like one of these picks that could just be thrown in with pretty much any support, and it'll work, just because of the way his, like, how good he is right now. So for me, like, there's just, like, all these different options, technically, and you can play, Quirky Nami, like there's so many options. It's and it's not like I said, it's not like Ashe Seraphine is the best duo and like it's impossible to win. That is just not true at all. It's just like I said, it's just a good lane. And to be honest, it is really funny that if you remember like Worlds 2024? I think that's what it was. Worlds 2024. Ashe, I think I hope this is the one. Like I really can't remember exactly, but Ashe was like an insane pick on the right ADs. And it's mostly just the kiting, right? Like the ability to space with Ashe's slow and just be the most oppressive person ever. And that was the case with actually it might have been it was 2024 for sure. That's where we saw guys like Masu's rookie year, where he had a really awesome upsurge. And he just hasn't looked as good, which is kind of annoying, but he looked amazing on that. We had Light, Elk. Like, we had guys just blowing your mind with how good Ashe was. It is. Lucian Milio is just such an absurd lane in that if you make one mistake, you lose 50+% of your health. It is ridiculously stupid. And that's why people ban it. That's why people are literally banning Lucian in the first phase, because they just don't have confidence in fighting into it. Because I've seen O2 Lucians trade out versus the enemy AD who might be up like 3 kills. Like it's really absurd. But I will admit I do like seeing Lucian in the game. Like even if he is OP, Lucian is just such a cool champ. Because giving the ADC an ability to kind of flex and outplay is great. Seeing champions like if Sivir was OP, which she was for a little bit when they first did the crit changes, like the crit buffs, that's not fun to see. That's just someone just running and auto attacking the wave, and you're just all dying to ricochet bounces. Like that's not, to me, that's not cool. They swapped this guy out. Why? I mean, they know Ezreal has the base. Oh, they saw him TP. Oh, I see. Okay, I'm not like the most surprised that the Renekton got one back, just because Renekton is just... I mean, that's just how he is. As a champion, like early on, if you try to dive this guy, especially if like you know his... like, if you've ever played into Renekton as a jungler, and he's level 6 and your guy is not, and he has at least half the rage bar, you're probably reconsidering your looking at it. That champion was meant to destroy you in the beginning of the game. I'm at Eclipse. Eclipse into Cassante. Is that actually the play? Is that actually the play? Nectin. Cassante. This is... no, it probably doesn't matter. 1,500 games, that's it. Interesting. Huh. Maybe it is the play. I guess the idea is he's gonna all out anyways, so he'll lose resist, and then you try to kill him there. I mean, obviously he can get a little bit of chip damage with like Eclipse going into these like short trades too, which, yeah, you're probably not really looking to long trade for Cassante. So I guess that has to be the reasoning, because BC would be a long trade, and he's not anticipating to win that at all. But this is the Vi Seraphine combo. I assume this is why they chose it. Not necessarily for lane, but for team fights. I mean, this is a prime flank. Like, what are they actually supposed to do in this case? Oh, it's because they're rushing the objective again. Well, not really. I mean, they got the start on the Herald. The Sivir is just not supposed to... Oh, I see. Okay. So, one... I'm pretty sure the Cassante is just supposed to walk and defend this as is. And I think these guys are supposed to sit here. Maybe the Karma plays in the area here. But if they play on the mid wave, they give entrance to these guys to move in. Yukshin? How's that name sound familiar, but I don't know. Shit. Name's familiar, but I'm like blanking. NACL Spring Open Qualifiers. Oh, right. Okay. Part of it, okay, there's like probably a couple things. I don't really know the actual like details of why not, but for one, if you don't get onto a collegiate team that competes, and so you don't get the student visa, it's not easy to just like get onto a team per se, because a lot of these teams are just like remote. So Yeah, but he's not a resident, right?
Item breakpoints currently. So if WE can find this uncontested, or even if they can find it with a fight, I think this is good.
Cube gonna commit his teleport for this one, but it looks like Hoya will as well on the flank.
Because I don't really keep up too much on like
If they can find it with a fight,
NA talent too much anymore, because it's just not my role. Like my role is just to give feedback on the team and watch games, pretty much. That's like primarily my role. Like I'm not like on the recruitment process for Maryville. That's definitely something Niles takes full control. Yeah, so if he's not an NA resident, then it's for sure has to do with the fact that he needed to land on like Old Miss, Maryville, or Winthrop to get a student visa, and if he did that, he could compete. Because we have like K on our team, right? Like we have K, we have UG. Wow, can I not spell his name? We've had like other players, you know, like these other guys have like Bounty. So like that was his only way to get into this. And I guess technically he doesn't need to be on one of those exact teams, but he needs at least to be on one of those teams to be present. And maybe he is. Again, I don't really know. Like I've never talked to him before. I don't have anyone I've asked about for him either.
Cube gonna commit his teleport for this one, but it looks like Hoya will as well on the flank. They've targeted out about. Here's the encore. Shockwave goes down, but it's
currently.
Yeah. No, that's just how it is, man. I mean, it'd be a lot more. I mean, like it's just. I mean, that's just the world in general, right? That's just how the world works, but. I wish there was more open opportunities for our leagues to compete. So you could have more players like him, you know, getting involved. But that's not the case. And of course, obviously, as you know, like visas are like a huge issue now due to Trump. So what are you gonna do? I mean, like Zamudo is literally from Canada and he got screwed 2 times. It's a good play.
And that is perfect foreshadowing for why this game tricky for WE, because they lost about and then the fight was over. And it's so easy for NIP to pick off the Sivir, even through all the protection, all the heal that is there. If about falls, there's no team fight, and NIP snap back.
These guys just don't know how to set up on objectives well. Because, like, the AD should never be in that position, right? A Bao should always just be by the Herald. And if they pull on Karma, it's not a big deal, but for whatever reason, they want to take the mid wave and deny as much as possible, which, yeah, it's a min-max scenario, but, like, can't really do that. It is, like, the best part about watching Tier 1 sometimes is they can do some pretty awful mistakes. I mean, there's a reason why some Tier 2 teams beat Tier 1 teams, because pretty much what's, like, making the Tier 1 team even function is their talent. Or, like, just the level of their players, right? So, but, like, them as a whole, as a team, kind of shit. Kind of trash. Wow. I mean, I like it, though. So, like, this is another very atypical thing you can do. So, like, he has a really deep push on top. And he has TP. They don't have ults, so they don't want to pull on these guys yet. Actually, I kind of like this. Might save this. That's not the Brazilian team, is it? I know there's people found out, like, oh, this team's just like an entire Brazilian team. And they got kicked out even though they were winning basically most of their OQ games. Because we competed in the OQs, Maryville, to get into NACL. The level was not very high, which was very expected, but we never ran into that Brazilian team.
concerned with giving away this Dragon Herald crash, being a little bit gold in TWE's pockets, but that just means Kara gets to spend
Yes, milk. Yeah, I think it was something like that.
a lot of alone time in the side lane.
And of course, it's kind of funny that Bounty, in the end of the day, you know, still landed on a team, which is the team I'm playing against, CNV. I'm literally, my team is gonna play against Bounty in the first round of playoffs. So, but I really like what they did here, because WE's like trying to like strong arm the Herald and like do a two-man group, but like they're giving a ton of gold over to Azir. So these guys are just creating a play to, oh, their execution's kind of, dude, their execution's kind of shit though. Oh my god. He just goes too fast. Like, the Vi has no, well, they actually have no sweepers at all. What? They have no sweepers, no pinks. That kind of sucks, actually. The Renekton is gaining control of the wave. They just have to wait on Ezreal for the move. And then he comes in once Ezreal starts going, but the Cassante goes first, so he just needs to stall it out, because I don't think they have to get the red. They're not like that pressed to get the red.
As he grabs a couple of those and then quickly dips away from any danger coming his direction. Has got the upgraded Sork shoe.
No, they're not.
So a lot of damage being built into this Azir. Has gone with a 2-level lead, goes face checking. Yeah, I mean, remember when this guy got invaded early on? Now he
But he let the Cassante slip. Yeah, he just goes too fast. I think it's just too hard. In the end of the day, yeah, in the end of the day, they just need to go this quick. If the play doesn't fall through, it's fine. You don't have to continue to commit, but they do. Which is an LPL thing. Picked up Crimson. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the recruitment process is all on Niles. That's just how he likes to run it. And I'm actually pretty happy that we did play Crimson a couple times. Obviously, it was not against like the best of teams, but like still, it's good to see Crimson like get games. Plus, because they're, you know, a CLOL team, like he also plays CLOL matches. He plays NACE matches. And then, yeah, like a few NACL matches. So it's kind of nice that you get like 3 options as a team for competitions. And to be honest, CLOL matches are not too bad at times. Like, they're definitely better teams compared to some of the bottom of the barrel NACL teams. None of them hit like the upper echelons of NACL, but for sure there's some decent teams in there. NACE, like, you can occasionally get some decent teams too, but like a lot of the CLL teams pool into NACE, so it's kind of like the same. And for CNV, yeah, see, the CNV's big issue is that they just don't really work that well as a team, and they just don't know what to do about their bot lane, because Meech and Breezy were not Breezy. Meech and Breezy were not that great. And I would say tactical Bounty right now, they're definitely better, but not like, not still where you would want them to be. And Omsidus and Jerry have had like the whole split to work together at this point, so, you know, they were not great in the beginning, I'll say that. Like, at first I was thinking like, these guys don't work together at all. They were so bad. But they worked hard, and they got their shit together and figured out how to work together, and now they're definitely one of the better bot lanes. The surprise one is Spica to me. Like, we scrimmed that team the first time with Spica as support, and that was also when my team, like our dual lane, was still kind of trying to figure things out. And so it was not a pretty picture. Obviously, we got it back later. but Spiga still has done surprisingly well. I really didn't think that was going to be the case. I mean, he even played Nidalee support, which worked. I will say that Sushi's definitely the guy to look for like AD prospects. Especially like a guy who doesn't really have much experience either. Like, I'm sure there's going to be teams thinking about him. He just needs the right support who can, like, lead. Which, funny enough, Spica's never had an issue, like, at least talking. Sometimes he kind of says dumb shit, but, like, he's never had an issue talking. I have been so distracted. I barely know what's going on in these in the games I'm watching. I can't believe he clipped the Sivir. Dude, I need to watch LCK. I'll be honest. I need to watch LCK because, like, I can't. LPL is one of, like I said, it's one of those regions where, like, if you're not paying attention enough, you get lost so quick. There's this, but I can't watch. I mean, I can watch it, but I can't watch the live feed. Because technically, I can't just restream their games.
And I think that makes a ton of sense to ban it. You could even ban Ari here, and I wouldn't hate it because of how because you're gonna have a lot of shielding.
Sushi's like, he just knows what to do for fights. I think he does a good job of tracking, tracking the CDs. I think this is like literally the most important thing, typically in laning, right? Like, if you can time and visualize the CDs for every champion. So naturally, like, you know, like if Bard walks up and he throws his Q and his empowered auto, yeah, this guy has nothing. If he misses it, technically that's your window, right? And so, like, he has to give space. If he doesn't give the space, you win. And that's, like, for whatever the reason is, this is a huge struggle for people to, like, conceptualize in the dual lane. And it seems like it's something he is good at. For sure. And Spica's getting better at it too, which is, like, yeah, it's really massive. But the bot lanes who don't know how to do that, it's so bad. I mean, it's just the current meta, right? Like, Enchanter meta is brutal when it comes to this shit. Like, if a Nautilus misses his hook in a melee versus melee, then you do have a timer to look, but it's not nearly as good compared to, yeah, literally an Enchanter missing, like, a spell.
Pretty big curveball, by the way. Yeah, I mean, a lot of teams have been doing this, especially, by the way, Delight and Gumushi love to.
It sucks what's happening to Jed right now. I mean,
I did not expect it in this
draft, I viewed Leon's as the worst support last year, in LCS by far. I didn't think Isles was that great. Isles has definitely improved a ton in his laning phase. Still don't think he's really that great in his, like, fighting sense per se, but Enchanter meta is, like, really good for him. So Isles rebounded, but Leon's is so bad. And it's, again, it's a meta where, like, you can't be bad in lane as a support. And he is. So Jed needs someone to help him. Like, they really need to switch support so he can get some better guidance, or else he's just, like, what is his stats right now? Because, like, if you look at this from a blank slate, you know, 9.2 CS per minute, that's actually not too bad, right? It's, like, not too bad. But then you look at this, and it's just like, if anyone looked at his stats, how is he getting onto another team? He literally has, like, 2 good games. Maybe 3. He just can't do anything with this.
Aurora, which is same story, same Zeka, explosive follow-up. Like, this is,
he just always has to play the back seat, so I feel pretty bad for him. Because he's a smart guy. Like, I definitely regard him as being, like, pretty stable, smart player. Seen a lot, dude, a lot of cast slams. A lot of Casio slams. And so we got MF Nautilus into Sivir Karma. I'm kind of curious on that. Top matchup is brutal. I mean, like, Zehen can die to Sion, but, like, the goal is obviously just, if you get past some of the early laning phase where Sion's, like, stacking, like, Tabbies or Bramble, and he hits his first item in Zehen, you're done. Sion's doing nothing. Oh. Cute. Huh. Very cute. He thought he was gonna get cheese from Raptors to his Gromp. Interesting. I don't know if Kanavi would actually do that. I don't know if that's really so needed for this game, though. It's not like his roster requires like that level of... What is it? Volatility? Why do people not go Actualizer on Cass? To be honest, Cass is one of these picks that, like, you don't really see too often generally. Obviously, the buffs they've done to her are good. I mean, they buffed her E, which is quite insane because it's her main DPS. They gave her Omni Boots, so that's massive. But, I don't know, let's look. It pops up here and is only 200 games. I wonder if it's the case that you just can't... you just don't get your spells back as fast as you really want them to, because they're already really quick. Maybe that's the case. For sure, I don't know if I really care about going... would I really care about going Leandries like that? I feel like with it being more enchanters, you just want more raw AP. And this has gotten its AP nerfed like, what? Is it just one time? It was 70 and now it's 60? Or was it even higher? I can't remember if Leandries was like 80 AP at one point or not. I fucking hate Protobelt. I'm definitely a pretty anti-Protobelt person. Like, everyone just goes Protobelt for some odd reason, when it's like, you know, you're taking a decent damage hit. Like, I know, like, it's like viewed in vain as kind of like Gale Force for ADs when that was a thing, but oh my god, he just got spaced. Oh my god, he just got spaced. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? Most junglers, by the way, so it's kind of awkward because it's the next wave cannon. No. It's kind of awkward because, like, he can't necessarily leave his bot lane in this situation because if they let the wave pull or they just keep pushing, like, you're going to take a hit, right, as MF? They also could, in theory, get dove, I guess, which would also be a problem. But it's only Nautilus's conditions that are bad. Like, MF is, like, fine. Okay, so she just ate shit from Sivir for some odd reason. Yeah, that was really not needed, but sure. We did get a decent trade back, though. They're really afraid to start a fight in River against these guys. This guy doesn't have barrier, though. They can't go on Karma. I mean, Nautilus... maybe it's fightable. I'm not like 100% sure, but for sure when he misses the hook, like, you're just dipping. Like, this is not a thing. 80? Yeah, I mean, now that it's 60 AP, it's really not that great. So, for me, I just don't really... I don't really value it near at that much. I get that it's still like pretty strong on the right picks, and you kind of need to go for the passive regardless. But there's a reason why people don't really build it anymore. Like, you know, people building like the triple bruiser AP HP items. Pretty ballsy how they do these trades. But they're trying to prevent them from crashing the wave. I have to hand it to them. That's like, this is them holding the wave initially. And because Pantheon's coming down, he goes for it again, which is, again, a little risky. Mantra W. Yeah, this was... That's a lot. But I do... We'll see if they can convert it. Oh, he just stepped out of the brush. I mean, the Jarvan's showing, and he's sharing XP, so... That was good. Holy shit, I like that a lot, actually. Okay, I'm gonna start it from here. Oh, shit! I can't... So the only reason why I typically don't do live... Okay. I'm exiting all my clips, because since this is live, this is... not... gonna do me any good. Okay. KT versus HLE. 30. This game was a tragedy? Well, that's great. I'm excited to watch a tragedy in the morning. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna write down the timestamps, and then I can just get the clips later. Because like I said, I usually watch non-live, because you can, well, yeah, quite literally get the share links, but for this, don't think it works the same way. Is the crab spawning on bot side too? It is. But because he did the drag, it's... Dude, does he get this too? Surely not. Too low. So he trades for the drag and gives this guy the crab. He cannot play for the top camps because he's getting shoved in by Zehen shoving in Scion. Nautilus leans up. But they have mid control, so there's no way they think that... Oh, does he ward for him? No, he doesn't even ward for him. Did they think the Phantom was going to invade his top camps? Surely not. Oh, what the fuck? Are you... BDD, get the hell out of here, man. Get out of here, dude. You saw Corgo electrocute Ignite not playing the lane? Dude, I didn't actually watch that too much. But there is actually a very interesting tech going on with some supports with the Doran's Helm. Because the stats are so good. It kind of gives you like just like a boost of tankiness that no other item's gonna get. So that's pretty interesting. Electrocute Ignite. Might have to check that out real quick. I might even just do like a grid watch of it, like the actual replay file. But dude, screw BDD, man. Get out of here, dude. Get out of here, man. Just get out of here. Like, Panth is like very keen on like being a part of this play too. Get out of here, man. I both love and hate BDD just because of how damn good BDD is. What? Oh, cool. I mean, it's ballsy. It's just, I think the one thing that why I would not do that into Ash Seraphine is, like, my biggest worry is if that doesn't work, like, the whole point of heal is to create separation. Not actually to heal you, right? It's the MS that's, like, super important. to create separation in case either one, you see a punish play so you can catch them, or two, you need to disengage. Or maybe even three, you need to use it to dodge a skill shot. So it's a pretty big deal to not take it, especially against that duo. Fucking PDD. He's just such a monster. It's funny because for BDD, the first time I ever watched him was in a scrim set. I don't know how long you've been watching League, but do you remember this team? I don't know if this is how you write it. Origin. The EU team. I guess at that point it was EU LCS, right? At this point. And so I watched him. I watched Xpeke versus BDD. And this was like his rookie, pretty much his rookie emergence. He played against BDD Azir. And keep in mind, this is like Xpeke at his peak, pretty much. Like the best he's ever played. He went 0-3 in lane against this guy's Azir. This guy was doing things I've just never seen before or even remotely believed was possible. And that was 2015. 2015? 2014? Over 10 years ago? And you're telling me this guy now is still doing stuff that I almost never see? Guys, this guy's just an absolute legend. Like, he's just way, way too good to even exist.
Yeah, and right now, they're looking for a bit of an angle towards Gumiushi. X-Flash, that was cute. I thought the Delight...
I mean, they have cast move, but they're not supposed to extend this fight too hard. Yeah. I mean, the MF is playing this pretty well because you're playing in the choke. So they get really... Ooh. The MF plays forward, though. She might pick up two. Oh, the Scion also showed up. The Scion was proxying the wave. It's very fortunate. Did they have to go as hard as they did, though? I mean, he jumps in and she escapes. He's kind of stuck. And he ultis aiming, but... To be honest, he could have just left that as the play, and that actually is not that bad. No? He just goes too hard. He definitely just goes too hard. Yeah, for sure, man. Alright, that means I will be fully focusing on my games then. Because like I said, it's hard. Like, I do talk a lot, but it's... Dude, it's so hard to carry conversations and then also pay attention the entire time to a game. To a League game, just because it's live, right? It's not like turn-based like CSGO or Valorant, where like I can actually just, oh, okay, this round, or like fighting, Street Fighter, Tekken. Because there's not a lot of momentum, like there is momentum, but it's easier to digest it. I might keep this as a clip. Because I like how slow they play it. Where is this? Okay, so 11, 18... HLE, slow play... Fight. For sure he goes too hard in this moment. Because getting Karma Flash full conditions, Sivir is lower, well not lower HP, but like, she had to get zoned out. She can have tempo stacks, which is also very scary. And you know Cass is first in the river. So they're always on like a time frame. You could say maybe Nautilus just gives space. Because if the Pant goes on... If Pant goes on Jarvan, I think that's what he has to... Oh. I wonder if it can work that way. Maybe Delight's not supposed to run interference on the Pantheon and bait the Pantheon to go on the Jarvan. Because the Cerberus gonna have to flash out no matter what. And if he jumps on Jarvan, then Nautilus can play on Panth freely. That's probably how it has to go. Knock has to be patient. Yeah, I don't think that's the easiest thing to read because I think it's very normal for support to think I need to run like defense so like you're not getting exposed. But yeah, it definitely could work the other way. I think Sion should also overtake bot in this case for them. Because if Sion overtakes bot, he'll shove it in, and Azir should already be base TPing top for the wave. Like, he shouldn't give an opportunity for Zahen to work on the wave. I don't even know why the Karma's in the river. Which is weird. Why is the Karma in the river? They were just... Cuz got the steal. So Cuz stays, he's 4-0. He plays to steal it, but he has flash, so that's why. So Effort just kind of kills himself. It wasn't really needed. Because Panth was just trading his flash to get the drag, which, to be honest, is probably worth it in the end of the day. But they also lost the full tower top, which... Yeah, dude, okay, Karma definitely didn't need to do this. This was really bad by Effort, but... Zahen got so much gold. That's kind of scary. And BDD is just terrorizing the Azir. And at the same time, we're getting, what, a mid play? I mean, Zahen has a ton of free time. And they spot him now. So they know they're going for a 2v1 play bot, and yet Zeka is... Why is he walking up? It makes no sense for him to walk up if he knows that the Zahen is, like, in the area. And then the Karma's also making... They're making a play on the MF who has no flash, but do they know where Jarvan is? I mean, they know Jarvan took his red and did the Krug, so at worst, there's just Raptors camp opening, right? But the most, like, it's just a blind guess, because Jarvan could be going into the bot side as well. What? What is HL? What is KT doing? Like, Karma's trying to bait this, but the second she baits it, the Panth should be ulting in. The Sivir should be ulting and playing into this guy, but she can't because she's worried about Cataclysm. Wow, they're really just not really well coordinated, are they? And how they played this. I mean, they did pick up a kill still, which is like cool, I guess. BDD had TP too. And he moved mid instead of... He TP'd mid instead of TP'ing top to prevent plates and get more CS. There's been some really weird TPs in this game. Like, typically, because, you know, the way people play Dota, the way they view Dota is like it's an economy game, right? Like, there's a very heavy emphasis on camps, minions, denying minions, and getting the best like economy means like you probably win the game. Like, yes, there are ganking champions designed to just have low economy to accelerate like your actual core carries. And for League, it's more dumbed down, of course, way more dumbed down. But it should still hold some similar weight. So that's why like, you'll see people TP to cover the other side for the wave, even though it might deny you a possible play later on, right? Or certain pressure by being able to push. Like, you're gaining effectively 400 or 500 gold. It's pretty significant. So it's a little weird to see them kind of see two TPs that are pretty messed up.
Necessarily that now to the world there as KT will turn their attention down towards this dragon now.
This is kind of want to see how they play, because Zehen shove top holding, right? Zehen shove top, so he should typically shift. He should shift down, right? Which he looked like he was going to do, but then he decides to stay top. I assume because he has TP. So he's trying to upkeep pressure. But at the same time, I'm looking at KT. It looks like he should be mid. Because Cassio is not even touching bot. If Cass was pushing this, it actually makes sense for him to stay for another, because now these guys are losing 2 waves, right? But if they want to fight on mid, and he shifts, they will have the 5. And then they can just hold this area with Cass. Zehen could even take over mid on his own. This could just be Zehen. So why go about it the other way?
BDD moving on up. Actually, thinking about test, doesn't have teleport at the rate. It's really hard to get the setup that they want for this misfortune here without some help. These guys gonna get faster TP here. We'll see if Perfect wants to commit.
Like, they give
like, you know what?
this he must be fishing for an item. That has to be it, right?
Thinking about a contest, Zeka does have his teleport at the ready.
Is he getting Stride Breaker?
As well as
Of course, I just can't. They obviously get rid of the ability to actually see if he's getting Stride Breaker, but let's just see how they play it. So Azir's hitting this, Guma's hitting this.
This could actually
Typically, especially for their champions are not very good at taking space without just like running their bodies in. Their poke is basically the cast and the Sivir, which is not very significant either. So I'm kind of... The Zir should be playing in this scope. This should be pulled here. So the Sion can play here, and the Zir can just kind of look the poke in the zone. The Nauts can play here too if he really wants to, especially if like they know no one's on bot side, which seems to be the case. Maybe the main thing is like if Zehen TP's bot, maybe they'll make it more awkward, but their positioning already is just kind of giving a lot of invitation for them to overtake this brush right now. I don't know how this fight turns out, but just from a standpoint, it looks like HLE are giving KT a bunch of space to walk in. So now they lost the brush entirely, which... This looks pretty bad, honestly, but we'll see. So the MF ulti's just gone. Now they're definitely super down the fight. Zehen insta-dies. Ooh, they actually might lose this. Ooh, they got... Oh? What if the Pantheon wins this?
He wants to find it himself. He flashes. He's still at flash. What the hell? And he finds the kill under Delight. And now Zeus is like, just hit me.
Dead. Very close.
Strybreaker is complete, so that does go back before teleporting in. Zeka didn't do the same thing. Is now
maybe the MF ulti was pretty good though, because in the end of the day, I think they recognize that they can't. That their position is terrible to walk in. They gave a bunch of space to KT. I wonder if he needed to ulti in. It might be a little fast though. Just full sums up? No, it'd be pretty terrible. That MF ulti's actually pretty good. I'm just trying to see if this can be played differently. I don't think the Pan... Oh no, I mean the Pan's on the left side.
They're looking to try and take down this Sion, who is very...
Is Perfect's positioning just bad? Or is Sivir is Sivir playing too weak? Because she's like running so quickly out of this positioning, but she should hold her spot to auto attack. Like the cast is in a great spot. Even the Pantheon is like running back a lot. They just don't have a lot of confidence in their fighting, do they? I mean, don't get me wrong, like I don't know like 100% how this will go down either. But if Sivir's getting a ricochet in this spot, it's really, really good. Like she's gonna be hitting everyone with it. Pantheon could then put pressure on Azir, though he's missing some CDs, so I can kind of understand why it's a little awkward. maybe if he backs up any Panthers with Zehenar expected coming out, this could look better. Because BDD's positioning is fucking awesome. I mean, he doesn't know that Kata's gonna end, so Sivir has to do, I guess, what he does. He could be hitting a little bit sooner. But he flashes this, which is good. He flashes on top of the Sivir. I guess that's just how it goes. It's like, I'm really trying to imagine if this can go differently, but it's just such a tight fight. And maybe it is worthwhile for them to back up the way they did. Because on one hand, you know, when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking like, oh, you know, maybe like they shouldn't have given the space to KT to even walk in the first place and like kind of initiate. On the other hand, maybe there's a world where like if they're trying to hold that positioning, they're eating a bunch of poke from Sivir Ricochet anyways. And by leaning all the way like into the drag, they're able to secure it. You know, the after fight is like a little awkward. Like you kind of just want to run. Maybe the map state's not as awkward. It's like a bit awkward too. But KT's comp is like pretty terrible at. Yeah, he got Stridebreaker. So I assume he was staying to get Stridebreaker. If he, no, I think he also got assist too, right, from that situation. Oh no, I have to. It's kind of hard to think of these fights always in terms of just like you can't just look at it as a fight as, oh well, he should have done this no matter what, right? I mean, that's like a little hindsight. You have to also think, what is the player even like can react and perceive in the moment. So at least that's how I see it. There's like the total right play, and then there's like this is the more like the realistic situation. So they catch BDD, no flash, and they wipe him out. Damn. There's a Hen got on the back line though. So we're on the cast. Azir's hitting, he dodges the Kassar. And BDD's confirmed dead. But Nautilus lost half his HP doing this. Sion is trying to stop the Zahan from getting in. But the MF also has no flash. And he just dies. It's just too hard. Kanavi's just going too hard. I get the pick, but he had to reach so far to make this even work that it's just not worth it. And them over chasing the Sion there, that's kind of funny. The fact that Azir just got to hit them so much. It is what it is. You know, they could have just played for the Baron, but it is what it is. Nobody's touching bot wave. Not necessarily the worst situation for HLE. If no one's touching the bot wave, just because they're the team with Sion. But you need to watch how Zeus plays his Sion. So, already, explain to me why he's here. Like, what is the purpose of him standing in front of 3 targets who can hit him and who can hit them right now? Not him, not him, not him. So, this is part of the issue with top laners who play like carries exclusively, is they don't actually understand where they're supposed to position for as a tank, because the mechanics of a tank are not difficult. They're not. That's why most carry players can pick up tanks and at least play the laning phase, because I mean it's just trades, right? It's just trades. But what space is he trying to get for the team right now?
There's also that Baron to consider.
I literally don't know.
Cloud, you don't have to send it for this, as they are putting a lot of damage into that Sion.
So he just lost probably 1,500, 2,000 HP off the start.
He's getting some honey fruit, that's very
He gets
annoying.
pulled again.
Does come on through.
Luckily, he doesn't really lose too much because of the shield.
So he'll be all right.
And then the Nautilus
Does
initiates.
come on through.
But if we look at where everyone is, we're split. We're two members on this side, 3 members on this side. We're split. These guys are 5 strong. So if you're gonna make this play, you have to come at them from both angles. So then it becomes a 5v5, right? Basic math. But they're not doing that. The Nautilus is sending it. And Sion is supposed to R here. He's literally supposed to go in to make these guys want to go on him, if he's going to do this. So, Nautilus throws his body. MF is not going on this. This is like, not going to work. Like, she doesn't even have... Dude, I don't think she has flash. Holy fuck, she doesn't even have flash. Yeah, dude, that's awful. It's like maybe 3 or 4 seconds left on Guma's flash, but he doesn't have it. So no way he walks in here, ever. So Sion just goes in and kills, or Nautilus goes in and kills himself, and then Kanavi's like, okay, I gotta go too now. So he flashes and R's. Meanwhile, Perfect is trying to distract these guys, right? I know one thing, if you let Zehen run wild like they're doing right now, dude, it's just not happening. He's got the W. That guy's dead. Lord Almighty. That is my fucking guy. I'm gonna do a clip for him for that. 23-17. Yeah, I knew it was bad. I mean, obviously it looks bad initially, and like again, if you have to flash Jarvan ulti, and Azir has to use his E to get in there to even make this remotely work, it's bad, man.
The bullet time angle is great, but it's just not able to do enough damage. It doesn't hit all of the targets. Right? BD is like, let's play like it. The front line is gone. Now he gets one down. BD and crew are gonna get this. Wait. Yeah, Evan's just dead. That's what Baron is. Cuz finally comes over with ultimate. That was awesome. Yeah, I do think HLE probably can't do this either in exchange because Guma's so far behind how we even did. That was weird. How much would the Dragon might go over because of this? Like, how much should everyone have the team start because we second right? That was a 2 apiece and for respawn 5 seconds. I think you're trying to use this for another. Yeah, there is control vision, so I think this trap is going to really work for KT. Yeah, full information was HLE. They won't overload.
Kind of unfortunate they lose the drag because they did that, but it is what it is. So again, no one's touching the bot wave. Cassio has been around the same CS, I feel like, for a good portion. So, like, they're getting really focused on... Like, even Zehen has not really grown that much, like, at all, right? Like, that's why I see the ADs, like, CS, like, surpassing them now. Which I really don't like, because, like, the Zehen should be able to pressure the side far more. Like, he can 2v1 the Jarvan Sion. These guys need at least 3 people for the Zehen. Meanwhile, how the hell is Amy just... Oh, no, that's not Amy, that's just Karma. Like, both sideways are shoved out, right? Both ways are shoved. The Panth wants to take the red. This next mid wave, we should be 5 strong on mid. And shoving to get vision.
And then shield comes down, there's no shield for effort.
Where the hell are they? Why are these guys catching this wave over them? KT doesn't know what the hell they're doing. They're literally playing in the river, so these guys are able to take the wave over their heads, which gives Azir time to push out the top wave, which then lets him go back mid so they can get the wave over their heads again. That is not how this should be played at all. I don't know if it's actually worthwhile to show that, like, even top teams... Maybe I'll put it down. I don't know if it's super worthwhile. KT... Well, that's, like, how I feel for looking at this, for sure. Like, you lost the mid wave, which means they lose the vision, which means the Azir shifts, and they can play over this again. And so now Zehen is moving, and then the Karma is just randomly dying on mid wave. But then at the same time, who the hell's dying on the other side? The Jarvan. What? Come on, man. Oh, come on. Dude, you are not kidding that this game was messy. Like, this guy's literally free dying, and the Jarvan still dies himself afterwards. They just burn the Baron in front of their faces. Wow. Okay. Sure.
Okay, well, HLE, the way this comp functions, or reason functioning is, it's not doing small, like he's falling well. Like, I like giving massive credit because he has really good teamfights despite the deficit. He's the main character of your HLE.
God, this is your build. It's so trash. Literally, God, Proto Belt, man. Get out of here.
So the style is just not as tanky as it was before, and the engaged champions just melt. The Nautilus and Jarvan are really having a bad time. Yeah, at least does, have a couple of items to help he's starting to get built up, right? He's not going to be, this looks very squishy. It's a little bit of a shame. And now 18 looking to get a bit of secret. They have a very short range, right? So CP is actually quite difficult, but they annihilate anyways so incredibly quickly. And HLE don't necessarily have snipers of their own. And the Anchor is not just failure wide.
I don't know what these guys do. I mean, they're gonna lose the next drag. They have Sivir, who could just ruin your conditions from hitting the wave. So you can't really contest the wave when the Sivir's on the wave. And she has flash as well, so like if you do enter, you will get punished. Now I will say, what the hell are we doing by having both the carries in the same spot? Okay, that shouldn't happen. Also, the Pantheon should be here sooner. Like, the Panth should be like present at the very least. BDD should be here. Sivir can be here. You jump on, you get one flash lost for the Cataclysm. Not both flashes. Oh, they got 3 flashes? That's actually such high value. And then the Panth throws his body randomly, so he lost his GA. But Zehen is off to the races, so like, currently this is like a terrible fight for HLE because of Zehen. Damn, dude, Zehen is so stupid in some of these situations. I hate Zehen in some of these, like, having to deal with this guy sometimes. Okay. Let's go to the next game. So we have a Vi 1 pick. So they took Jarvan and then they did a Vi 1 pick. I'm assuming the idea is that by taking Vi, and they banned Ezreal. I assume by taking Vi, they're enlisting that you're gonna play Enchanter, and this is like one of the best champions for like just all in killing them, right? They slam Ashe Seraphine. And they ban Lucian. Okay, so Lucian's gone too.
And so
Varus is gone too.
You know, like, is it going to be... Oh, it's going to be the Guma Ziggs angle?
The Mel actually would have been pretty good. Seeing Ziggs is interesting. But I do kind of like the Mel answer, which is actually something I forgot to mention. Because it's not taken so often, but I do think the Mel into Ashe Seraphine is good. And they slam a Rise, knowing that Cass is gone. So, what is the best answer into Rise at this point? You can play Akali, you can play TF. TF is probably pretty annoying for them as a whole because they really don't want to go cleanse on bot lane, the Ashe. But you kind of feel like you need to. And then the Seraphine definitely does not want to pick up Mikhail's. She wants to go Helia's and the tier item. Which is, like, I mean, at that point, like, you're probably not reaching cleanse, right? So, TF is probably a good ban. I don't know if there's another pick that really matches DPS of Rise at this point in mid. I mean, Syndra's like fine, to be honest. Like, Syndra's not a bad pick into sort of what they have going. Yeah, there is a Nivea, I guess. I don't know if I really care about Nivea as much, though. But she is very annoying. They're gonna what? Ban Xin? Zin's like the most atypical. Oh, there's Xin and Wukong. So it's not really that big of a deal for them. Yorick. So like they decided that we'd rather ban a top and then fish for what? Jace? Yeah, they banned TF. That for sure, that's like one of the best picks they could take here. Slam Lee Sin. They're doing Lee. Wait. Oops. Oh no! Oh, okay. I thought I just lost the live feed. So they're clearly doing Jace. And Scion is removed. So what's their answer into this? Like Aurora?
It's a little bit weird. I think you need either a really robust tanky mid or something that's just yeah, it is a Pokemon, right? We don't have to play locked in. That's going to be
Oh, they played Talia. So they're playing like... Huh.
answer to this prize.
Interesting.
And mentioned already, Kami and Zach have been a pretty incredible one-two punch as far as mid and jungle is concerned.
so simple this
This Kasante is so simple because you can put this one lane, you have to back here with two.
Kasante does not feel the best in this game. I definitely didn't, I'm not like thrilled playing Kasante. And if I'm playing Lee, I'm also not very thrilled playing this game.
It is kind of caught between two entities. It's like this game is that's what it is. And I think the Kami is completely out of game, but the Kami will always be out of game with Pokemon no matter what. So let him have fun wherever he wants to play, and then try and pick up pieces from there sounds like a decent strategy. The thing they actually do have is they completely outrange KT. So if they can deny any of these engages, then they will be in a very good spot. I think this is more playable than Musket. I definitely agree.
I don't know, man.
As we get ready to jump on the Red 4 game, number 2, the KT will try and get it.
I don't know how I feel about this draft. I mean, obviously, if you're playing Rise Lee, you could overtake on mid. But hopefully that is not what's happening. Because if HLE's mid falls apart, I don't know what they do. Like this game, they'll get ran pretty hard. If that's the case.
So he has actually found this test, which is pretty important. Having that extra going to be very, very nice, especially for a team like really like to mess with a bunch of different picks. Yeah. Zeka is part of the losses for the
Wow.
season 0 1 on it, but certainly he's going to pick a lot in the past. And
Well, then like some BDD out trades, right?
And match the rise quite well. Plus, it's amazing because you can start to focus the turn down, leave it all the way, and take the stats out, and next thing you'll hear is that, right?
Actually, I want to look at these runes real quick. He went Resolve. MS, huh? Interesting. Double HP, scaling flat. Yeah, everything else looks pretty normal. You gotta love how many people go Cosmic. It's just too OP, you know? Getting your summoner cells back quicker. Also, this is why, like, it's funny, they're playing a kill lane.
An incredible
It's like he hooks this guy and he has E, right?
Yeah, he is gonna have to try.
I mean, he has to dodge it, right?
With Delight here, does take a fair bit of damage. The heal comes out as now they're looking to try and chase him down.
I mean, that's so shit. That's so shit. Come on, Delight, man. Oh, that's such a sinful way to die. It's such a sinful way to die. Your entire team is depending on you. Their whole game plan was playing for you. Like, don't get me wrong, like, the Jace can obviously be a lane that they could play for as well. Looks like they just got the guy's flash for one-time luck.
Yeah, that's the scary thing. Also, getting yourself.
I don't think this is anything particularly unique. It's just a lane gank to get sums for Jace. And he has time, right? Like, his Gromp is, like, not spawned yet, so he doesn't lose anything for doing that. He does fish on the Raptors. They could play for it, because it lets them use their mid jungle.
As well here, and they're just gonna try to gank.
Pyke actually set up on bot.
Yeah, he actually is just going to kick his way in.
Wow. Okay, Delight.
Is gonna come over as well here, and they're just gonna try to gank Cuz on Raptors.
Yeah, he actually is just going to kick his way in.
Delight could have gotten so much more out of that, but I love what they set up here for. They're the ones who are playing for the Raptors. Okay, so perfect. Yeah, I mean, he just dips and they let the Ziggs 2v1.
As well here, and they're just gonna try to gank Cuz on Raptors.
Yeah, that was definitely could have been a lot more, but they do strip it. I'm curious if he does the Raptors or if he goes and finishes his Krugs and bases for bot crab. Because Elite already based to get his Krugs, which is fine, right? He lost some conditions. So it looks like he's gonna be first on bot to get the crab, so Vi did not take her base to match it. But Lee can't hit 6 because obviously he missed a camp.
And now the bot lane gets information that there's no worries about Rise. Coming down towards the side as well, making his way in. If anyone's hit by Bonsu, I think they just die. Is still offside on vision though.
Yeah, actually going to wander over that ward. So Zeus knows exactly what's going
And
on.
it kind of sucks for Lee because, you know, Lee finishes this, but their priority is not absolute in which they could just, like, start the drag. So he wants to leave. But also, they didn't get vision around mid during that time frame. So it does leave their bot exposed.
There is no worries about a Rise. And Konami coming down towards the side as well, making his way in. If anyone's hit by a Bone Skewer, I think they just die. His effort still doesn't have his flash, and that is a guaranteed kill. Short fuse from Gumayushi.
Ah, he hit the... Oh, no!
That is a guaranteed kill. Short fuse from Gumayushi, and there's the cease and desist.
Shit, the timing, bro.
And that is a guaranteed kill. Short fuse from Gumayushi.
Shit.
As aiming flashes? Not sure about that one. He definitely
Okay, he doesn't. He still dies, which is great.
As the answer from HLE, even better.
And yeah, so if you miss the crab, but you steal the enemy's raptors and you finish the rest of your camps, you typically will be like a couple minions away from level 6. So usually you could just soak for level 6. So he gets a kill, which just instantly gets him level 6. So yeah, it was a very solid gank. No, he is. No, he actually is old Aatrox. Like, literally, my buddy was playing, we were playing Arena. He's like, Sahen, like, I don't even know who the hell this champion is. And the best way I could describe it was, like, just think about, like, season, like, 4 or 5 Aatrox. Like, he has, literally, his R was old Aatrox's E, right? Except without the knockup. Like, old R, like, or, Zahen. Zahen's R is basically, what was it? It was like the Q for Aatrox. He has like a little dash. He has a revive, right? Like the revive is still the same. He has like a passive that builds up. Like it's pretty much the same thing in many ways. And that champion was so ridiculous. Like, I remember before they nerfed, or before they did the rework, Aatrox, I think, was in a good spot. Like, I think he was actually kind of an absurd champion to verse, that people were finding out, and then they did a rework. Only for us to just get Zahen, who, if you give him the time in a fight, yeah, he's a really, really stupid champion. He just doesn't have an OP knockup. He has a drag, but like it's not nearly as OP as like the quick knockup, like burst. I also think this champion is kind of hard to play because he lacks some of the traditional, like, obvious go buttons, right? Because you don't just want to like start with your R. And so since he lacks some of those like obvious go buttons, like casuals just do not like playing him. So they don't want to contest the grubs because they did the drag. Because like after they do this bot play, Vi has camps to do, right? She's gonna clear up. She's gonna clear up. She doesn't really want to stick around bot until her ulti comes back up. So she could do like her Raptor's red and then maybe like try to walk back down. But these guys already do the drag in that time frame, so at that point she's probably gonna finish the rest of her clear or go straight into grubs, right? Support moves exactly on that timing, so we're straight onto the grubs right away. Which means Guma is like in prime time, oh shit, I can die situation, because yeah, if Lee just sat on the pink down here and Guma ints at all, he's dead, right? Of course he can't waste his time because we're playing LCK, right? Yeah, no, I don't remember exactly what the build was, but man, that shit ripped. It ripped, because I still remember, like, Impact playing it. And just thinking, like, what is this champion, man? Like, what are you supposed to do? And keep in mind, I think back then, wasn't that where... Did old Aatrox didn't have the same passive CD, right? Because Zahen has, like, I don't know how long it is. 3+ minute CD if he dies. Which is pretty rough. I mean, it takes a while, but I don't think Aatrox had that. Like, I think there was just, like, a brief cooldown of, like, it can't be reused for just a little bit, but, like, I feel like you could come back and it's there again. But it's been a while. Like, this is just all... I just can't remember 100% how it was. Get out of here, man. I hate Cassante. This is actually one pick I wish just did not exist in the game at all. Just a bullshit tank DPS that can do everything. So they killed Guma. But, like, so they're doing grubs. And they're still depending... I think the reasoning they're doing it this way... 816. I feel like the reason why they're doing this way is HLE is citing 6. I think this is why they're doing it. Because Ziggs could base, Ziggs could, like, just take the loss, right? But if he stays, he will draw attention. And if he dies, he's just gonna TP back anyways, right? So that's, like, that's the theory. That's their whole theory on why they're playing it this way. So they 4-man to Cassante, which, I mean, yeah, it kind of sucks that he can, like, do what he does here. I mean, really fucking sucks. Perfect plays it really well, too. If he didn't... Honestly, if he didn't W towards them, he actually just might be out. Then it's kind of a nightmare situation for HLE. Yeah, oh my god. Actually, low-key, if he just played to live from the get-go, that would have sucked.
Whether that actually means anything is yet to be known. Yeah, I don't know if that really does actually put a lot of time. If he had killed the light there, it would have been crazy. He what happens in this case. Just be straight up simple as it could be on that one. Yeah, just getting any lessons. Don't press flash, you're probably dead. Oh, this all-out angle. Insane after the shot. The light flash is a perfect counter actually Q3. If the light hadn't hit that one here as well, there's a chance the perfect actually makes it far enough to get himself out. Yeah, really teleport. So he gets to go teleport, that could be the thing. Really a high chance he does that doesn't happen. The light does set that up initially, and they do end up getting the kill on the Cassante. They kill goes up to the Talia. The Jace already has a secret so good for the second to pick that one up. And keep the gold evenly spread once the numbers go.
So Pyke used all of his words already, so he needs to reset.
It is an interesting composition of HLE, so they need to make sure that initial burst is on as many people as possible. They want to get, I feel like KT's composition, the long fight.
It's not really a big deal since Vi is just waiting for her ulti anyways and just clearing. So now we come online, not on this wave, but the next wave. And Talia's shifting over because, like, they have river control, right? Is it worthwhile for them to fight over this? Like, once they're, like, doing this, should the Vi just dip and play for top grab? It could work. I mean, like, he could make a sling play onto mid to at least try to get the... Because the Ryze is not that strong yet. I mean, he's sitting on Tyr, Mercs, and Kata, right? So he's not really that strong. The Vi has her Sundered Sky. And yet we're still fishing on bot to upkeep Vision, which is probably perfect for KT. And since BDD has first access to the mid wave, he's able to shove it again. So they're able to just repeat the same look. And at least losing basically nothing for doing this, right? Because, like, he just has infinite time. Oh. And then, of course, BDD is here first. Dude, honestly, yeah, I don't think HLE is supposed to contest this at all. I think what I like this timer for is, I like this for...
They're 12-1, but let's see if they can continue to hold on to this lead right now as we are grouping around Dragon 2 minutes before it spawns. It's more of a bottom
it's like a patience clip, right? Because they're just slowly playing the river, they're not overreaching, and they only go once Rise gets another shift, which they know is guaranteed. And it also shows that if you're Kanavi or the Vi, you need to like problem solve this a little bit better. So like Zeka is just going top because he's just like, okay, well they made the play on bot, I need to look top. Perfect cannot be getting baited into any situation on top. Like he's trying hard. Like obviously the Jace is, I mean the Jace is playing in your face. He's clearly trying to do something. But even if you W'd him, by the way, what's gonna happen? I mean, you're gonna R him, like you're gonna WR, take him over here, but then Jace has flash. Is that smart? Not really. Huh. And since he did that, so Talia ripped them, which now means she took out Cassante, so they're not anticipating numbers on mid. These guys, instead of sending someone to recover bot, like the Ziggs, they're going straight to mid. I don't know if they expect that in this moment, because the Ziggs could be like maybe close to bot wave, right? And shoving out the bot wave and gain priority, which would give them a move no matter what. Yeah, I don't think they expected them to just open mid straight up. It's a nice call out. It's a very nice call out by them. Oh. Okay. I mean, drag is up, but both 80s are dead. Cassante could get a shove first, and he could just start roaming down. They pulled it despite Ziggs being dead and the Ashe being dead. Talia's first on the ball wave.
As we do have the dragon here. By the way, there's a high chance this could be like a Hex Tech Soul, which would be busted for this comp with the Ziggs here for HLE. In goes Cuz, and down to 1 health.
It was close. It was probably worth trying. It was close. Xante's in hell though. And the Jace pick was really obvious. Super obvious. But with him going Black Cleaver, the chances of him ever dying is like really small. Like, I don't think the Xante can ever really kill him. What a weird fight. Like, the Jace is shoving this. They have access to mid-wave. In most circumstances in this moment, if they wanted to get control, the Rise would go mid with them now. So they have 4 strong. And they can maneuver this. They don't, so the Rise is going top. So now he wants to go. But then the Talia pushes back top, so now it's like, oh, well, what do I do? Nothing, really. So it looks like what they're trying to do, at least on KT's side to me, it seems like they're trying to cheat the situation. Because they're stuck in an endless loop of them losing. So they either initiate. I mean, Cuz had no balls to go for that, by the way. Because I think Effort was thinking that Cuz would just sit there, so this would extend into the pike. Rise's positioning sucks. The wall is actually so obnoxious. I mean, the Rise could port behind and try to draw attention fully on him if he really wanted to play it that way. It's a little awkward though. The Jace has a better TP situation than the Cassante as well. I don't know. I feel like it just would have been better if they just corrected the mid situation sooner than now. You know, the league could have also just left. You know, there's no... When she does this play, there's no rush for him to do anything else. Like, they can still leave. 100%. I mean, he can literally W to Rise. Maybe Seraphine dies, but also I don't even know if that's the worst situation, because if she peels back here, they're going to initiate, right? They'll all converge on this location. If they extend, the Rise is here, the Lee is here, and the Ashe is just like completely free to do whatever the hell she wants. I think they just have to play back. If they play forward into this pocket, it's going to be really hard to do anything. So it looks like it's just a bad choice by KT to extend. Because now this looks fucked. Yeah. I don't even know if the timing in which HLE was going for it was good.
I think this game is a really tough recovery, and 14 rollers doesn't find series, doesn't difficult see whether they can find angle. Especially on working. Hashtag gates here are going to make it difficult for them to actually outpace. In fact, they trap themselves. As they drop on through the light, really going to be suffering too much. They can control the life. But seems to live his life on 15 HP. And is just gaking. There's the flash. Perfect trying to get no angle, but doesn't quite get there. There's flash to get out of the way. Galliano trying to find the Seraphine in his light, or gets the flash out of him. Will be forcing with that point here. Now even playing very far away from his outer understanding. The bad guys on the way. As Raquel going to make her appearance.
Oh yeah, this Cassandra is just so doomed. Yeah, this game's so hard for them to play. Oh my god. There's literally such a massive lead. Because if you look how it's like now moving through, the lead can't farm. They're very willing to execute like their CDs just to get sums. And so like they have to keep backing off. And of course their wave clear is terrible, right? Like their wave clear is very hard to latch on outside of Rise having to walk up. If Rise walks up, he's in Ziggs and Talia range, so all they have is like their pick looks with Ashe and Lee, but that's also pretty hard to make work. And of course the Pyke, I mean like you have Pyke, so like he can get vision on his own pretty easily and then just escape. They're just taking his bot, like they're literally just stripping the camps on repeat. So this guy will have no gold at all. So now we start seeing that the Rise is looking to 2v1. And they're not biting. Yeah, I mean if HLE plays this with discipline and they play it perfect, there's nothing these guys can do. Yeah. This one's over for sure. Wait, what?
So it's a tough time as Narrow is going to finally connect this time onto Kanavi, who just
wait, this guy just got shoved out. They use CDs and then Jace walks up and just dies? Surely they don't win this, right, KT? There's no way. There's no way. No, there's no way. Okay, so it's gonna go to a third game. Presumably, right? Yeah. Okay, alright, not bad, not bad, not bad. Alright, before I get into this, I need to get some more water. Okay. So Lucian one pick, but they can go Lucian Nami. Caitlyn is banned. What the fuck do you play with Milio? You can't play Jinx, gets ran. You could play Vayne. You could play... Is it literally just Vayne? Shit. What else do you play into this? I mean, it's not really a lane. Senna Milio, it's not really a lane. Wow. That... Maybe Jin? I don't know. I have like... my brain's just picturing Vayne. That's literally it. That's the only AD pick in my head. Draven! Alright, Guma plays Draven. I mean, it has worked into Lucian, for sure. I've just never seen Draven Milio. The BDD Classic, Zoe. Kali. Sure. I mean, Nocturne Slam, they what? Are they just gonna take Wukong? Or are they gonna do something really spicy? Nope. Just gonna play Skarner. Victor's incredibly obnoxious. If you just let him be alone against Aurora, like, lane is pretty unplayable. Olaf. Really? I mean, he does have value for sure. And Olaf's buffs are pretty good too. I mean, a lot of people have touched him. I know he's getting a lot more priority, and we saw Contracts even play it in jungle. You just have to be kind of like a psychopath to play Olaf. So they sent Aurora down bot to secure the brush. They have no knowledge of Nocturne start, but most likely it's top based on him showing top already, right? Like, it's very unlikely he's gonna be able to do anything else. And he just invades the Skarner and strips his wolves. But the problem, okay, so the Nocturne will go up, right? Like, he's gonna go up from this play. And of course, you know, if he has his bot pushing like this, you know, it's hard for the Skarner to do much on bot side either. He will go up eventually. But for now, it's kind of annoying because like he has to take a lot of time to just walk over here. So we'll see if that actually matters at all. Because sometimes these invades don't turn out that well if that's the case. Also kind of unfortunate. Oh, Draven gave enough space to get on that, but the Lucian has better conditions right now. The Nami's cheating a base. He fucking went all in. Oh my god, they just lost the lane instantly. You're fucking kidding me! The Skarner even shows on a ward going into bot. He's literally, they literally have a picture. It's a perfect situation to read. And they force.
This is the other thing. Kanavi can't impact the lanes very well pre-6, and Cuz absolutely will. Aiming, dashing in, looking for.
I mean.
And Cuz absolutely will. Aiming, dashing. Kanavi can't impact.
Why is he leaning forward? He literally leaned forward when he could just play in this pocket still. But once this guy shows, you just run away with W. Maybe you lose your conditions, maybe. But if Skarner goes for this play, keep in mind, this is like the all-in gambit play. This guy is, this is his game. This is the game right here, this play. If this fails, he's doomed. Like, he's gonna have to walk all the way back and do these 2 camps, which is gonna take a long time. And the Nocturne's gonna have cleared the majority of his stuff. And then he's gonna have to try to play on bot repeat, because most likely you get his flash. But this guy can just answer. Like, this is the entire game, and you're telling me that Guma literally screws it up because he decides to step forward to catch his axe, and because he's clicking forward as well? Come on, man! Come on! This isn't real! Oh, come on! I'd be... Honestly, if I was Kanavi, I would just look at my bot lane, I would just say, you guys lost us this series. Straight up. I don't ever want to see that again. Like, that's disgusting. Look at this. And remember what I said, you know, because the Nocturne has to take time to walk. It's not as impacted on the Skarner as you think. He will still have some issues, for sure. But it's not nearly as bad as it should be. And yeah, naturally, like, the Draven's gonna fucking die again, because this guy has a BF sword. Like, this is gonna be a very hard situation to win. So he goes for a low auto attack, which he loses. He gets bubbled, no flash. Lucian has full sums, so he can actually play in and kill him again. It's over. The game's literally over. Okay, I'm just gonna let this play. I just want to see how it turns out. I want to see if there's anything I can learn for aiming, like, winning the game. And also keep in mind, Aurora's stuck in hell on mid. Is he going? Is that Storm Racer on Lucian? It might be. That's what it is, right? I know people have done it, but it's not something I see too often. And the Renekton's handling his own against the Olaf, which is expected. He can't really kill the Olaf unless the Olaf, like, screws it up. That sucks. I mean, it was not a bad trade out in the end. Like, I guess Draven losing his flash is pretty bad. They actually did kill the Lucian. Yeah, he went Stormrazor. Huh. Interesting. I guess I can see how this turns out. Okay. Alright. Okay. Sure, man. Whatever you say, Guma. So, they have grubs up. At this point in the stage of the game, technically, they could send, no, they wouldn't. I was gonna say they could have sent their duo mid at this point because of how strong they are. How unplayable it would be for Aurora. And the Victor could just easily lane against these two. But Dragon's coming up, so yeah, it doesn't really make sense to make that kind of play happen. They pulled Drag to the right. But to me, the Victor is strong enough. The Lucian is so strong. They should never be pulling this Drag without the Victor being able to feel comfortable to just walk in to contest. So that's kind of like a failure on their part. Like, he just needs to wait another wave. This is too early by Cuz. So way too early. This is why the fight's also semi-awkward. I mean, because like the Lucian's hitting it. Obviously he kind of reads the situation, so like he's already like dipping. They do one-shot the Nami. Ooh, nice fucking pickup though. Very nice pickup. But yeah, I mean, technically if the Victor, or if the Nocturne went south, I mean, he doesn't die. Guma's probably fucked no matter what here. Actually, I'm trying to read where Guma is. So Guma's there. No, technically Guma could have gone out too. Yeah, they could have gone the Nami pick, they lose the Dragon, but like, you're probably okay with that, because at least the game's like, okay. Right? Like, you just need to get singular picks and just play out that way. But it was not a good positioning for KT to do the drag. It was not good. And that's just because they did not wait on mid. Which is interesting, because who is the team that, it was KT. KT literally showed patience to play in bot river, and then despite that, we go into this situation, and then they still screw it up. So that's cool. I mean, this is what it is, right? I mean, like, they're going all in on this situation. That's why, like, the Olaf is, like, walking down bot. Like, it's a Hail Mary. So, of course, the Victor will TP.
Over the top as well, as Cuz is pretty tanky. Zeka makes his way in. Does go between the worlds. Kanavi, he's just dead. Cuz is likely about he'll fall.
So now Olaf's game is over because he did this as well. So that's it. That's literally the series. Oh my god, I can't believe they lose that way. I can't believe they just tossed their lives out that way. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Nah, I'm just kind of curious to see how this finish looks.
I think that this Drake is not going to be something that they can collect, and that is going to be guaranteed.
Oh, wow. What the fuck? The Olaf damage, though. That was very impressive damage. What does the Olaf have? He just has these two items. So is the goal that, like, what he, like, because it doesn't look like he ever presses E, right? Oh, he does press E twice, but the axe is not so important to him at that point. Wait, what? Wait, what? Does that actually become a close series? Surely not. No way. I'm just like zooming past because I just want to see if any of that comes to be.
Here by perfect as here comes the paranoia.
Yeah, in they go. Kanavi, oh my god, almost just dead before it even really started. The gravity field doing so much work between worlds, not quite as much as Zeus trying to get.
He's gonna turn it on.
Trying to threaten BDD once again. The Ragnarok does go down and he's fighting again.
Nah, it's not nearly enough damage. Oh well. Okay, I mean, my takeaways from this is they're just too inconsistent still. I mean, this 12-1 HLE team, like, they look very... I'm surprised they're 12-1. That's, like, really how I feel. This feels like a surprising 12-1. Maybe it's just a bad day. Maybe that's just the issue. It's just a bad day. I'm trying to debate if I want to watch anything else. It's only like 10 o'clock where I'm at, but the only thing I have to consider is other things I need to take care of today. I have some pork riblets I need to get in the slow cooker, but I need to go out to the store to grab some stuff. Since my wife is at work, I need to set it up so it's done like 8 hours later. So right now it would be what, 6 o'clock? I have like maybe 1 more hour to prep it. I didn't really watch too much of this series. I think all I recall was that Yeon died in the beginning of the game. That's what I recall. So let's just kind of go through it. I don't know if I'll do clips, but we'll see. So let's just see what happens. So he hooks the Nico. It takes initial damage, which I mean is expected. It's trade for trade, right? Both junglers are pounding the bot. Nothing out of the ordinary. Matchup for Morgan is pretty shit. That is true. Also, Rumble has taken some... I mean, it really sucks because he can't really go first strike because he's playing against Aurora, right? But also, Comet is significantly worse on Rumble as well. So... And DFT got nerfed. So generally, he just kind of has like no good ruins into range matchups. For the most part, to me. Besides maybe Dark Harvest. It actually might be Dark Harvest, as funny as it is. Jose just or not Jose, Blabber just does 5 camps in Gank Spot. And this is like pretty common actually as a play, only because most teams just full clear. And most dual lanes do not ward. So they clearly didn't ward because of their positionings and how they moved. And he got the damage down. He missed the knockup, but he got the damage down. He got the OP hook, and he died. Cool. Alright, so Yeon died, but he didn't burn any sums, I guess. Of course, it's pretty awful because Varus has TP, so that's not great. J4 is going to end up losing this crab. I assume, did he steal it? Oh, he stole it because he had smite over him, so... Oh, he did not have smite over him, actually. He just won the smite. So Blabber just flipped it and won, which is hilarious. And then somehow the Varus dies after TPing because he's ahead on the map compared to Nautilus, and then he just randomly gets hit by an E and dies. Great. You know what? I do love a classic NA fiesta. APAs is farming up. Nothing weird. Dude, come on, man. Like, how do we die? How do we die on the one-timer? The one-timer. This is pretty different, I'll say, by Blabber. Because he's clearing down, right? And so, like, the sweet spot, of course, is, like, after you do... what is it? Not 9. 10 camps, right? After 10 camps, you have a timer to do something. Do something. Like, this is a guarantee every jungler is going to look to do something, and then you do your 11th camp after that, right? Wait, is it 11 camps? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's your 11th camp. This is like the most common thing. So usually you would fish on mid, but his mid is basing, and his bot lane there's no play. So he ran all the way top to look for this. Which, if I'm Morgan, I'm definitely not expecting this guy to be here. So that's kind of baller, man. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of baller. I'm gonna save it here. I actually like that. Good look. So he does that. Jose is naturally first on bot. And that's like, he took his base already, so he's doing the Gromp. I don't know. I'm trying to think. How did he get caught again? I mean, they know this is the one. I mean, Sven just gets kind of baited because he's like looking at this situation. No, he's not even getting baited. He just... The Ezreal just has good positioning. And once they see Nico, they definitely need to just keep running. I mean, there's no way they do anything here. So they kind of just overstayed, which naturally, yeah, they're going to look for the dive, which either Jarvan answers or he goes straight for the top crab. I think he only came down here because he's like, oh, this might actually be exposed. My Krugs, like Jose might go for the Krugs. And of course he has TF, so they go there. Because typically he could have just gone for the top crab and bot would have been fine and TF covers it. But he goes for this play, sure. So we got 6. Too hard to play for the Raptors. Like if Yone joins the fight, it's probably losing, so they don't go for it. Rumble has no flash. There's a world where he might do the Raptors and it's swing in the top. Oh, am I right? Oh my god. But he's just gonna do the grubs. So he is actually not even looking for a play on top. I guess it's because his top laner lost all of his conditions. It does mean his ball lane's exposed though. We'll see how it goes, but I actually like the idea just because the Rumble's going to be scared of J4 looking for a play. But like I said, I mean, this does mean that enemy ball lane is open to an option. So they had no flash for a period of time, didn't he? This is not open. He'd have to be open here. The wave is in a shit spot. Okay. This is kind of hard to read. But if they do actually hold the wave in bot the way they are doing now, instead of creating a push to kind of harass them, which I mean, it does. I don't know if they can crash it in 2 waves. I mean, that's really the main thing. If they can crash this wave and pull it out, which they did crash it and they did pull it. Yeah, I mean, okay, they shouldn't push. The Nico should also pull the wave. Oh, yeah. They should be creating a 3v3 situation on bot, for sure. While TFR is still down, it would be really, really good. Okay. Yeah, this is the timer here. This is Feel Mist. Like I said, it's not like the easiest to see. And like, yes, like maybe Varus's flash does come back up in time anyways, but irregardless, you still want to create a moment to play on. Especially, I think also the bigger indicator, because I think he will get flash anyways, is that TFR is down. Because once this comes back up, making those ball plays is going to be pretty hard. So they do the drag. So they got some advantage, right? They got a drag, I guess. And then they shoved another wave into Varus, but it didn't really do much. That's why doesn't have Triforce, right? No. So they make no play on bot to repeat. Sure, okay. These guys swap. Really. Top grab open. Jarvan top camps. Rumble no flash. I like it. I mean, I'm gonna save it as well. I mean, like the Rumble doesn't have equalizer as well, which is kind of a big deal. So since he has no equalizer, can't delete the wave. No way to cheat that situation, I guess, entirely. And they just die. Now, of course, the only downside is like you don't have a TP for bot to recover it instantly, but she still gets there in time, right? At this point, they should do this wave, and they should swap out again, which they are doing. Kind of sucks for Aurora. I mean, the only problem with this play is that it's bad for Aurora, right? But for the bot lane, it's really good. Because in the end of the day, what they're trying to do is just use that minute timer that Riot buffed, right, for the quest point pool. So you don't lose nearly as much. And now they successfully killed the Rumble, and they also gave Varus some relief. And the TF is just still ready to make any play for the team. And the Panth hasn't R'd once, as far as I know. So the Panth hasn't R'd on mid. He hasn't R'd on bot. And they just have no confidence to fight 2v2 on mid, which is interesting because like every time the Nautilus shows on bot, like if he's showing on the wave, that gives you an opportunity to look. And they're doing a really poor job of that, TL. I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean, now that Ezreal's like on mid against TF, like he doesn't even really care. It's just like, okay, I guess I'll just farm versus you as well. Why do I think Quid has been so much worse? Was River just microwaving everything for this dude? So I have my own theory for TL, and I thought I was wrong initially. When the TL was actually doing pretty well. So for one, I have to give props to Jose because Jose has been playing better than I anticipated. It's not that I think that Jose is a bad player. It's just because of like the time he spent on FlyQuest. I've always found that his macro to be like on a lower level. Like no one has ever questioned his mechanics, right? But I've always found that his macro level to be on a lower level. Now I will say, on this team, he is their best player for sure, which is hilarious to think that Jose is finally playing his best League of Legends, and it so happens to be when everyone else is not really playing that well. So I think Jose has been playing pretty well, but I don't think he's someone who can micromanage. Like, a lot of people look at junglers, and yeah, they say, is this a guy who can micromanage your team? Is he I'd pretty much call him, like, a commander, which is what Inspired is, because, like, Inspired can play at a high level and micromanage, but that's extremely rare, right? There's like, an ERL guy named, oh, shit, what the fuck is his name? He actually won EMEA, but he was not a very good player. I wonder if I can find it. EMEA Masters Leaguepedia. This might have actually been the team. I think it was a TCL team. Yeah, it's him. Elramir. So obviously Ball had like a really good split during that time, but for this guy, I remember this guy specifically, he was not the best mechanics, but he would just actually lead the team in comms, guiding the team, and it was enough to kind of circumvent, like, you know, any issues that he would have, because it's like tier 2, right? Like, it's not like in tier 1 this would probably be a bigger issue for him, which is why he never really made it. Depending if, unless, like, of course your laners were really good in tier 1, then that's a different story. But Elramir was actually pretty solid at, like, operating that way. Jose's not. That's not the kind of player he is. I'm sure he's gotten better at it, but that's not the kind of player he is. And so you have Morgan, and you have Quid, who are both not really macro players, you know? Like, they're more of like the laners, like the fighters, right? I don't typically see these guys as like contributing a ton to macro. And so that leaves you kind of with your jungle and your bot lane. Like, that's pretty much what they're thriving on. So naturally this means that your mid jungle might take a hit in terms of synergy and like looks that they want, because they don't communicate as well with each other. Which, funny enough, that is a problem Jose has had in the past with his mid laners, like with dude, I'm actually forgetting everyone's names, which is really annoying me. Tukui. He played with Tukui, and Tukui was not the best at verbalizing what he wants either. Neither was Jose. So I assume that might be the same case with Quid. And so they're not getting a lot of value out of mid jungle. Morgan is, if he doesn't win lane, is not too valuable either. But that is predominantly why he's, you know, why they got him. Compared to Impact, because like Impact was the opposite. Impact was, yeah, Tukui, yep. Yeah, Tukui was cool. Just, I think he could have done better. I think he could have done more, but, you know, it happens, man. Happens. So, you have two laners, your two solo laners who are not really performing, like, adding a lot. You have your jungler who, it really depends. So he is, like I said, he's playing well. So, like, I'm not gonna, like, throw a ton of shade at Jose because he is playing well. It's just not his style to lead. So that means he leaves your bot lane. But Yeon, if you've listened to Yeon's comms, is he a leader? No. The way the way Yeon plays is, I don't know if you remember Diamond, the support player. Not the jungler, the support player in NA. Canadian. He's Canadian, right? I think he's Canadian. Quebec. He's from Quebec. He was not necessarily the best mechanical player, but like he would calm a lot, but also more importantly, he would force it. He forced the situation if you don't answer. This is kind of like what Yeon does. This is like the big thing to, wow, that literally says like farce, but it's force. So he would force plays if you don't give feedback to call it off. And Yeon will see space that he's like, because I remember watching some of the games and thinking like, why does Yeon do this? But then if I try to factor in every little thing that maybe he thought of, it works. It's just, he sees the space he can take and no one else knows it. Like, no one else can register it. So Yeon kind of does that sort of thing. So he's not really actually giving you all the information that you could probably need. Kind of expects you to see it. So he's not really a leader. He's just kind of like moves his body into these situations. So that leaves you what with Core JJ? I mean, Core JJ obviously makes calls, but it just, I also never viewed him as like the guy who just called everything either. So it's just kind of like an awkward roster. Like, there's good players on it for sure, really good players, but it's kind of awkward. Meanwhile, these guys, I can already tell you right now, this guy will talk. This guy will help talk. This guy's just okay, honestly. But I know Thanatos has improved himself, so like Thanatos is definitely better than Morgan in this category. And then Vulcan is like fine. I never really viewed Vulcan either as like a big leader, but he's definitely like good. So from a team perspective, these guys just are just a much better mesh. Like, there's way more contribution on their side for progressing. And it's fun. That's kind of why that TL roster was pretty good, too, because they had Impact, APA, and Core. They had 4 players all contributing to the strategy. That's a big deal. I mean, like, this is a reason why I always say Impact, even if he's kind of shit, which, yeah, he is. He's kind of shit right now. He's good at what he does. Like, for, like, adding to the team. Yes, his laning phase is really bad. Yes, laning phase is even more important now, which is kind of unfortunate. Like, it really is a big issue, but he still manages to keep this roster. Like, he's still able to make it work. Well, Yuji's like Jose, to be honest. Like, I think Yuji's a very good. I think Yuji can handle his mechanics good. I do think he underperformed in that category. I do think he underperformed in that category with that roster, which is obviously doesn't help, right? If you're underperforming on the thing that you're strong at. I think he has a more calm nature and wants to play things slower. He's not actually the type of guy to like want to move into plays fast. If you watch him now, like, he's great at like moving around, going for invades, and like doing the right thing. But I think LCS, especially your first time playing on such a strong roster, it can kind of screw with you. And that roster, they're really combatant on like calling out what's wrong, what's right. I don't know if it was actually a good fit for him. Like, maybe if like they picked him up in the beginning and he got used to it, and even if there were some rough patches in the beginning, it might have gone better. But I think entering into that, where like Umpty created like their own style, because Umpty was the guy who was helping command and lead the game. Like, I don't know if like offsetting that, so like more of that role to some of the other players like screwed with them. But I just think it was just a combination of just the way he goes about the game and his personality with the time frame that he had, along with some underperforming. That's the two. That's like how I see it. Because I'm not gonna sit here and say that like, oh, like TL failed Yuji. It's like they both failed each other a little bit. Because I know he knows he can play better than what he showed, for sure. Even just like from a fighting perspective, I know like certain fights he took where I'm just like, that doesn't look like Yuji at all. Like, I don't know why the hell he's doing that. Yeah, especially because they like each other. They're both from Maryville. Like, I thought that would look better too. But in the end of the day, this is the first Panthar in the game at 15 minutes. Finally, they're actually isolating this guy and making a play. But it is what it is, right? Like, everyone wishes they could take back things. I wish I did better with some of my opportunities I had on like good teams, like to contribute more than I did, or maybe like change my approach, you could say. But sometimes things just don't work out. Sometimes they just don't work out the way you want them to work out. I'm sure if Yuji was on a different roster, that made a bit more sense. Like, I think if he was on DSG, and DSG was, of course, like, didn't have, like, the same support, right? I think he would look pretty good. Personally, I think he would look pretty good. So they're pretty much keeping Blabber out of his own jungle in a way. So he gets isolated. which leaves TF isolated. But then why did Nautilus run into top when this is all happening? Because Nautilus is launching into top to fish on Rumble again. And once they identify that Nautilus is up here on this pink, that's when they start approaching on the Jarvan, which the Jarvan shouldn't really be looking on this either. I mean, they're using TFR to try to do a quick catch. I really don't care to do that. I probably would have let the Nico base because nothing bad happens from the circumstances, but he forced it. But the Nautilus should have already been coming back into bot. I don't know if they feel that confident that they're not going to die. I mean, this guy's dead even without Rumble ulti, isn't he? Or no? I mean, he has no flash, so... I mean, like, the Panthar could have been a little bit better, and he looks a little dead. But once this play ends, Quid should be basing and going top, which he is now. And then they do a... That's funny. So they got a really deep push. So this TP play is a lot better on C9 side, right? Because they're not really sacking anything in the end. Wow, that sucks. And at the same time they're doing this play, they're also pulling the Herald right away. Because all these guys are late after doing the bot play. But the TF is just getting up now, so is the TF going to also TP? So the TF, they're burning another TP to accelerate all of this. That's kind of done, though, no? Oh. Why did he just go in? I guess he got some good damage, I guess. I mean, I guess, yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, I didn't think he was going to get that much damage now, but, like, kind of confused why he just raw dogged the R. Don't really think there's really too much value. Also, they're in a tight spot because the Rumble died without TP. They have to recover bot. So either they're just, like, able to kill these guys now, but they have no Nico R. Either they're able to kill these guys now, which, I mean, I think the best bet here at this point is the Pantheon is, like, flash stunning Jarvan and Quid is going, which actually could work, to be honest, looking at this, because they're 2-2 and they're 4 strong, so they could all push into these guys now. It actually could work. Huh. Interesting. I actually didn't think they could make a play work, but I mean, this guy could literally flash Yonar and APA's dead. Huh. Wow. That's actually kind of sad they didn't see that. It's very sad I didn't see that. They have to do one or two, right? Like, they either need to win this fight now, and then it doesn't look so bad with, like, the Aurora, like, hitting bot, and she will keep hitting bot, right? Or you're basing recovering, but if you do base recover, you're most definitely losing the Herald. And it's still kind of a negative play, because if you see how far he is, he's really far away. So, they didn't identify Blabber going in was an int. That's crazy. I actually cannot believe both Pantheon and Yon didn't see that. And then, it's hilarious, because then after C9 just escaped the situation, all they're supposed to do here is take the vision. And Jarvan should just base, by the way. Like, he could just start basing, and if they go, like, obviously he can cancel, but he should just start basing. And now these guys have to make a decision to go to bot. Like, that's their only decision now. And then C9 just randomly jumps in. Jarvan's, like, half HP anyway, so this doesn't, it's like a nothing play. Like, there's nothing. And I guess they soft contested it, which I don't really care for. But, like, you're also burning your Cataclysm to even make that play. I don't really care for doing that, to be honest. I would have taken the vision. I would have stripped the vision. I would have been happy. So now Rumble's back, but Aurora kind of wants the base because she definitely should have a lot of gold. She took the whole turret. She still hasn't based, right? Wait, so she hasn't based at all. I mean, her items are still fine, I guess, in theory. In theory. They don't have Cataclysm. Huh. They could just slow play this. I mean, the hook is really good at the start. It's a Varus, though. Well, also, if they wanted... Why is the Jarvan losing all of his HP again? Yon has a very obvious push. They also have a pink on this. Why does he not just strip the pink and then just... The Varus is first on mid. You're just waiting for the Aurora timer. Did someone like... No, he definitely hit the Herald first while doing the pink. But he also was already half HP. Why didn't he just base? There's some very weird things happening in this game by C9. Like, I really don't get the value of what Jarvan's doing there. And then these guys decide to start this because they have Pant push, like top push. But also Rumble's still not secure. So we're pulling the Herald. The Herald does a lot of damage too. Their ball lane's not even in position to do damage yet. I feel like they're in such a good spot right now to just wait things out. And maybe use Herald as a bait objective. STL. Because the Yone can play on top wave again. The Pant can, if you give him just a little bit of time, can answer on mid anytime. And yet they rush this, which, yeah, to me, like, you don't go in here. You just let the Nautilus hit this guy. Just let him hit this guy. You're fine. TF walks in and this gives him a random 2-man NACL ulti. Huh. Wow, he just raw dogged the Yonar again. But this one was definitely a lot worse than the other one. Dude, what am I watching? What am I watching, man? Oh, Lord. Holy shit, I did not know it was actually... I did not know the quality of this game was that bad. Quid just looks like... I feel like Quid doesn't know what the hell he wants to do in some of these games. In like some of these games that he plays. Like, I mean, obviously in the beginning of this year, he was terrible. I mean, generally he was like pretty terrible. But now watching like even like some of like these later games, it's just like, what are we doing? I mean, you've been in the league for a good amount now. Like, surely you're not like still making some of these mistakes. Their TFR usage is good. I'll give C9 that. I mean, they're taking drag and they identify Yones on the right. Ezreal has only cleanse, right? So he's like trying to contest this freely. Technically, I guess he was supposed to E this way, but the Nautilus is right there. So like he's trying to escape. And the only thing Nico could do is basically she's supposed to R here. That's what she's supposed to do. And give like the Ezreal some time to maybe cook. But he doesn't, he plays for himself. So he just dies. Yeah, I'm not feeling confident in these teams. I don't know if these teams are going to beat Lion, man. The problem with C9 is that they just have certain macro mistakes and certain like poor ideas that they execute on at times that Lion will beat you for that. And with them having Castle, if Castle gets comfortable enough with that roster, yeah, they have a better laning top laner now. Like a laner who can match into Morgan. So, and possibly Thanatos. So that's not good either. Like, that was going to be probably one of your better advantages going into the series. And of course, your ball lane as TL is just not up to par as much as they should be. I mean, that should be like probably your best aspect of your roster. I do feel like Core has had a little bit of a drop off. Which it would suck if that's the case for him, but it does feel like that a little bit. I mean, they're trying to bait them into Baron while they're doing drag, but they don't really have the deeps. They got a bunch of damage on Nautilus. They're isolated on top side. They're losing waves on bot side. Luckily, Quid is there for mid, so they don't really lose much on mid. They just go straight play back into their the zone. Oh, dude, come on, man. This is like sucks because there's two options for C9, right? Like you're either playing into Fog of War, which is top side that TL played on, or you're playing in where you already established vision and control on bot side. You know their blues up, so like you can very quickly advance because you have vision set up already, right? Like there's nothing. You don't have to play cautious. So they just go straight in. And I mean, the TFR just pops open. And like, I don't know what the hell Core is doing. Like, it's over. Like, the camp is gone. Like, you don't need to overextend yourself to defend nothing. And he did it for what? To do 200 damage with his Q? So he decides freely. I mean, it does give Yone free time on top side, which, again, now that C9 overtook bot, they'll now go into top side, strip the vision, place it, and then they can make the same decision, right? Like, if their red comes up, they could play for the red using that same tactics. And so they're leaving bot stale, right? Because, again, they could play on Baron, which Rumble will have to answer as a TP, and that was their whole goal. They were just there to bait the TP, do nothing else. And so then they finally have a decision in which, okay, so we baited them successfully. They stripped our vision on the right line, or the left line. Blabber just jumps in and ulties. And I'm kind of like trying to question myself, why? Like, we didn't get the mid wave, so Ezreal has full access to his focus in this situation, right? So we force him to go, like, use the gold card out, right? Varus is doing nothing. Yes, Thanatos gets some damage down. Cool, I guess. But then Quid is actually able to get a fat R on them. And it's just an awkward spot because if you do walk in this area, yeah, the equalizer comes through. So to me, it's kind of like, why did C9 bite that? This is the exact same issue they had with Herald. Or not, like, except that time, like, obviously nothing bad happened to them, right? But it's the principle is very much the exact same. I think NA teams really need to get better about identifying what their limits are. Pretty much really what their limits are. And what space are they allowed to take and give. And that is like probably the greatest issue we have. Like, at least when we had the FlyQuest roster for 2024, they knew that. Like, they were able to do that. And the TL roster also kind of knew how to do that. And that's why they were both so good. We actually were able to match higher level Eastern teams because of that. But currently, no. it's funny enough, it's partially why the current Fly roster is decent too. Because they kind of get that. They're not like the best general team by any means, but like they've been steadily getting better at pushing into that space. So if we look at this setup, they pull the dragon to the left, right? For one, why is Sven not playing in this pocket? I don't know. I mean, like, it'd be a lot easier for Sven to play there. And that way, like, I mean, TF could play here too. Whatever the case is. I don't know. He's playing in the brush, I assume, so he can get poked down. I guess that's, like, why he's doing this. So he hides in the brush, whatever the case is, throws something, nothing. They're just holding the dragon to get damage down. Maybe that's not so bad, actually, for how they're playing it. However, we do know that they are in the brush. So there's something unique that they could do that I highly doubt C9 is like thinking of. Well, it's not really unique, but it's just, if you know they're pretty much located here, what happens when you throw the Equalizer down? What happens when you throw Pantheon R down? Their roster is not good at peel back. They're not. They're stuck. And with this guy flanking, if you time this exactly when he's doing this, they're kind of screwed. Like, pretty damn screwed. Don't watch game 2. Trust me, this is my last one. This will be my last one only because I need to go get barbecue sauce for my pork riblets. So I just want to see what happens and if they execute it the way I think they should execute it. So Equalizer from the start is completely wrong. It should literally be like this. Like, you want to force them to either go up into the Nico, this is Nico territory, or you want them to go down into Quid and Ezreal. This, to me, this is their goal. Now, clearly, they are thinking of it, right? Like, the Panth is throwing his R down, and they're playing in the bush. So they're finally committing. Great. Okay, cool. It's just the Equalizer is not really good. When CoreJJ gets in, he gets 2 people. He throws his E. It does hit this guy. Also, what happened to Ezreal? Because Ezreal ate so much poke from the Varus. Full HP. Oh, dude, come on. I mean, he just needs to throw a Q at the dragon, for sure. I mean, he also can definitely... He should eat this, by the way. He should not eat this. He should definitely throw his E and not get hit by this, because he just lost 30% of his HP. He got hit by a flag. Who cares? Gets hit by another... Still has his E, by the way. Got hit by another... Damn fucking Varus Q. Are you kidding me, man? So the Equalizer was shit. Ezreal's 1 HP, so he actually can't do anything. He's literally useless. And then Quid dumped his load on non-primary carries. He tried to get the TF, but I mean, he really missed the guys who really matter the most. And that's the game. That's probably the game, I assume. I should use this clip though. Oh, Lord. I can't believe how frustrated I'm getting watching LCS. Like, in-depthly. Like, when I watch LCS live, I don't go into this much annoyance. Usually, it's only because I'm just trying to break down everything that I see. And, yeah, we just need more self-control. I like the C9 idea. Don't get me wrong, I do like the idea of using Varus to poke. But yeah, they definitely did not think about, like, what happens if you stack in that bush. And it's pretty bad. If it gets executed better, it's pretty bad for them. So no one's touching the bot wave. Oh. Oh, they really just tossed it on that, huh? What was the point of that? Hold on, so they had the supers coming in, and they identify that everyone on TL is on mid. So at this point, you don't take the Baron any lower. I mean, they're obviously trying to soft contest it to draw attention. But it's interesting that they still went for the flip. Because to me, at this point, they don't need the TP. I assume they don't need to TP Thanatos. I assume they could just keep Thanatos here and just bait the Jose in anyways. He'll let me get the GA, and even if they get Baron, it's not the end of the world. I presume. If they're going to play it that way. But doing it this way, where you're flipping the Baron, I don't know why you would flip it. I mean, if the Baron is probably like a 70-30 advantage for C9, right? Because they can actually like combo it. Like the chances of Jose stealing it is not very high. But like the bot situation was doomed. Is this like, oh, this is like a whole other fight. I thought I was just watching the same dragon fight. Well, this looks like a mess. They're scrambling. Nah. Get out of here. Jose's too worried. They know this guy's on it. But for one, if you're core, I don't know if he thinks these guys are going to move this way and that's why he's staying. But he has flash, so at this point he should just start walking over. I mean, they have this... I mean, this blue ward thankfully sees, like, all this. So... he should just continue to walk... Oh, it's kind of awkward because he sees Varus running down this way. Does he have Sweeper? He does. Okay, so you know what he's supposed to do? He's supposed to hit Sweeper here. Technically, he could flash over this wall, especially if he threw it down a pink, maybe even. He could possibly have this completely unseen. So he has this here, then he enters. These guys are getting zoned, which is kind of unfortunate, but it might be enough with Panthar and them entering that they can make this work. Possibly. I think Yeon should be instantly probably E'ing down. I mean, he could E into Aurora, but it's probably awful, so he should probably just instantly E into bot side further. But now Jose gets... Dude, Core, what is Core doing in this? Okay. I've seen enough. Core was kind of shit. I'm not gonna lie, Core was not that great. I think Yeon also just... I think he's trying too hard to save certain abilities. Not doing him the best. I think Quid is too slow to recognize things, same with Pantheon. And I think Morgan was just pretty useless for the most part. Pretty damn useless. I mean, this R was a little bit better, but again, it's on primary tanky targets, not actually on any carries, so it's, again, for the most part, useless. So, yeah, that was not pleasant to watch, I'm gonna be honest. That is not as pleasant as I thought it would be. But I need to use these clips to add to my thing. And I need, like I said, I need to go and get some barbecue sauce for my pork riblets, which sound pretty good. So, I am done streaming for now. I might not stream tomorrow, mostly just because it's like a day my wife has off. And then maybe it's either on Tuesday or Wednesday I'll do it again. I will be going somewhere in the morning for one of those days, so unlikely it will be one of them.